Hello, everyone. It
Hi.
is June. It is June 6th, 2021. I am Nicole. I am Erica. I'm Erica, coming to you from Brooklyn, and this is Nicole. That's Nicole,
I'm just gonna do that.
and she's in Madrid.
Where are
And
you?
I'm in Brooklyn.
You
It's
sure?
June 6th, 2021. This is par for the discourse, everybody. All of our fans. Please like, please subscribe. If you like
Please watch and listen to us rant.
We've been doing this over a year now, and now I what I like doing is thinking, okay, a year ago, where were we, and where have we come a year later? And how are things going in Madrid, Nicole?
Here we are. I'm just waiting around for my phone call to go get jabbed.
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone I know, almost everyone I know who's like in their 50s is vaccinated. Almost. Like I'm talking to different people and whatnot. Starting the 17th, they're going to start calling our age group, which is 40 to 50. Randomly. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm just wondering, and I don't know if you know this. I think we talked about this. Like, if I do get called and I happen to be like, if I calculate the time for the second one, if I'm not going to be here, is there like a margin?
Well, so that's what happened with us, but we ended up dodging that bullet because Ronnie was potentially going to have to go out of town for work, and we thought we were going to miss. Well, I would still get it, but he was going to have to miss. And so I called them and I said, what's the best way? Do you try to take it early before he gets on the plane, or does he take it after when he gets back? Like, what's the strategy? And I think you can take it late, but not early.
Yeah. In fact, I think I read that they're even saying it's better to wait sometimes, like it's more effective. I don't
know. What are they offering? Pfizer or?
Yeah, Pfizer and Moderna, and what's the other one? It's funny because like we got really bad press about the AstraZeneca one, and I don't think you guys got as bad press about it.
But nobody was getting it here. It didn't even get approved in the United States.
Oh, it never did? Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought it did, because the Johnsons and Johnsons, that got bad press where you are, right?
I mean, people are taking that one too. That's the one shot, right?
Yeah, so they're starting to send those here, but it's pretty much Moderna and Pfizer. That's pretty much what it is now. So I don't care, whichever one they give me, and that's it.
Well, how is, like out on the streets, like are places, people out, are tourists out?
I mean, we're not where you are. You guys pretty much are fully forced integrated again, but the thing that's happening that I don't understand is, like I said, people my age and younger are not vaccinated, but that's the group of people you see outside that are like all congregating. I'm like, wait a second, shouldn't our age group be a little more cautious? The rest, you know what I mean? Last night I slept horribly. There was a party going on. I don't know if it was in the street or in someone's apartment, but I never hear noise where I am because I'm so high up, and I'm also
very residential too.
Yeah, but that's not true, because on the other side, if you're facing the street, there's a lot of noise. I know from other people, but because I'm facing like into the courtyard and I'm high up, there's really no noise here. It was bad until like 4:30 in the morning, singing. I'm like, what is this? Is this like a karaoke thing? What is this? And I'm like getting up and I'm trying to find. Then at 5 o'clock, people were setting off like shitty fireworks.
Wow.
So I didn't get to sleep I slept until 9:30 today, which is unheard of for me because I didn't sleep right. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I'm just wondering, who were those people having these parties like?
Well, I had heard that the house parties and, you know, people having kind of private parties in residential places was kind of turning into a thing as opposed to like going out to clubs.
Oh,
So that's what's happening there. People are having house parties and that
yeah.
sounds like
That's
um,
good. What's going on here? You guys are pretty much back in business.
yeah. Yeah, I went to my first kind of like out at night event with a friend I went to high school with actually, and I wanted to catch up with her anyway. And she wanted to go, and so we met. Went to the art gallery. A lot of people. You know, we wore our masks. We were kind of like still walking around with our masks, and then we got a drink. We said, "Okay, I guess we're the only ones with our masks on in here." It was really fun. I had a good time with her. And then the next day I had something where I had to be in the city. And I was like, "Oh, I really feel like I'm getting back to some kind of normal, like getting out of the house every
Yeah,
day,
in the groove.
which is good." But I wanted to tell you about a little social faux pas that, well, I don't know if it's a social faux pas. It's a thing that happened to Ronnie and I kind of don't know how to handle it. So it's one of these scenarios
Dilemmas.
that I want to see how you would handle it.
Because I am the social authority on how to behave. Is that why?
Yeah, yeah. Well, me and my friend were laughing about, you know, we can be, you would love her because we're all kind of, we're social people, but then again, we like to kind of hide in the corner and not talk to anybody sometimes or talk about everybody else in the room. She's like that. She's like a cat.
I was waiting for the cat to come out. Yeah.
She's
Okay.
like a cat. So, and we were saying how this last year has really been a good excuse when you don't want to do something or you don't want to participate in something. Oh, well, you know, it's just a very good excuse to not be as social as we used to be. That has nothing to do with this, but so of course we know couples who have broke up through quarantine. My friend that I got together with was one of those people, so I like had to hear the whole story, what happened. And we had gotten a text message from friends out in Los Angeles that my friend's wife was going to be in town in New York and could she get together with me and Ronnie? And that was it. And I was a bridesmaid in their wedding. So of course I want to see her. So we say yes. And then yesterday we get like a follow-up. Okay, these are the dates that I'll be there. You know, are you free? It was kind of like a more detailed timeline. And of course, yeah, we're free, you know. Okay, good. Because just so you know, we're getting divorced. So I hope that doesn't make things uncomfortable. Now, this is the wife. I'm friends with the other person. So
Ooh.
this is the other,
Yeah.
not my friend. I mean,
I
she
get it.
is though, because they've been together for 10 plus years.
But
And
originally,
she's my friend.
friendship
But
with
the original friend who I went to college with is not the one talking. It's the other, right? But the thing that got a little confusing is I saved both their numbers under both their names. So I wasn't really sure at first who it was reaching out to us. It's, you know, and then I realized that it was just the wife reaching out. So my question to you is, I didn't know. Do I now need to reach out to my friend and make sure it's okay that we get together with her? Oh, by the way, I just found out you're getting divorced. Can I hang out with your ex-wife?
Well, before you even get into the whole,
Did she kind of put that on us a little?
before you even get into the whole thing about asking permission, I think it goes even further than that. More like, hey, I heard this news. Like, deal with that first, like, how are you? How's it going? Like, because really technically I feel like that news probably should have come from her, no?
That's what I mean, that I didn't know. So now how do I
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
I've got to make a phone call, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
It wouldn't even be in the way of like asking permission. You know, she got in touch with me. I'm sorry to hear about this. She said, you know, it'll flow that way, but
I have to make a phone call,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Someone,
Why is the question that you shouldn't? You should just like ignore the whole thing.
oh, well, someone said, yeah, get together with her. Why do you have to say anything?
Nah, you have to acknowledge it.
I would say that, yeah, it is a friend I haven't kept in touch with through the last few years. Not for any other reason, just, just kind of lost touch, but I was in their wedding. So have you ever been a bridesmaid?
Once.
Once. And how's that marriage
I
going?
have to be honest, I haven't been to really that many weddings in my life. I really haven't, because most people I know are either not married or they did like a dinky fast thing or whatever the reason is.
Who were you a bridesmaid for?
My cousin. And the only reason I did that is because we were close. But I had nothing to do with the way the whole thing was orchestrated.
Oh, you didn't have to, it wasn't like a whole wedding party thing where you did all.
Oh my God, they all took over, the whole lot of them. There were like 7 of them. Too many people, first of all, 7 or 8.
I attended a wedding where there was like 7 bridesmaids and all the dresses were the same. And I was, oh my God.
Everything was like exactly what I wouldn't do. It's not my thing, you know what I mean? And they were all very into it. Very into it. Like, you have to wear diamond stud earrings the day of. I'm like, what? Who's making these rules? I'm like, I'm a grad student. I live in a shitty apartment in Long Island City. I don't have diamonds. I'll show up there. You know, they all, like the day of the wedding, they all got they all went to like a professional makeup artist and got the airbrushed. And here I am, like I didn't do it. I was the only one. I come out like so obvious in the pictures. It's like pasty and then bronzed. I'm like, should I?
This picture doesn't look like they belong.
Yeah, everyone had these curls and like I had a bun. Like I just put my hair in a bun. That was like, I did get my hair done. I think I went with
You just had to be different, right, Nicole? Oh, your cousin must look at the pictures and go, oh, Nicole just couldn't play along.
It was,
well, this was, I'll say, like, this wedding party was unique because, well, it was a lesbian wedding, but the wedding party was like her, a gay man, her transgender 7-foot tall friend, and me.
I was gonna say, you were the boring one.
Well, I was the white girl covered in tattoos though. So,
Right,
that's, so I mean, we all looked different from each other, and that was what was kind of beautiful about it. And that was the Justin Bieber weekend.
Yes.
That wedding didn't happen, I wouldn't have had my run-in with Justin Bieber up in the Hollywood Hills. So I kind of reflected back on on that wedding weekend. Remember how crazy that was? We were trying to remember, it was 2014 or 15 when they got married. And she had been with her for a long time. Now I'm telling a lot of details about them. But anyways, we toasted to them last night. It was a good run. But the faux pas here is like, oh, well, she kind of said, hey, can I come and spend time with you when you're my ex-wife's friends? Oh, by the way, I'm leaving her.
Well, here's another thing. It's related. It's not the same story, but how many times have you actually remained friends with both people after they've broken? Can you actually do that?
So the girl that I saw Thursday night, her ex-boyfriend is a guy that I grew up with. Like, we were 6 years old, holding hands at the ice rink. We were, we just grew up together. So when they started dating, I was really happy because it was like I knew her, but I grew up with him. So I think that I'm not so close with either of them that I could probably maintain. It's not a super close relationship.
Mm.
I'm going to invite her out to shows. I'm going to try to get her out of the house because he's not living in New York right now. So I do want to spend time with her. She actually invited me to a birthday party tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go, but I don't know. It's a case by case,
It's
I think.
weird.
It's hard. Yeah.
I
But
mean,
I'm now finding, I heard that a lot of people were getting divorced and breaking up over COVID, and oh yeah, I guess so, huh? Really, it's like the third or fourth, maybe fifth divorce we've heard of, I think.
I've heard of, I know of 2 breakups, that's it, but yeah. I mean,
Change, we move, it doesn't, change doesn't necessarily mean, change in your relationship, but sometimes it does. And sometimes people can't change together.
I don't think you can be friends with both though. I just don't, it doesn't. I tried that once with the people, actually, I'm not gonna say the names.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good example.
I was friendly with the woman that was my friend, but I really did like her husband. I went to their wedding.
Yeah.
I really did like him. And I actually had hung out with him on my own without her a couple times. Innocently, nothing, we were friends. I had to put that in there. And yeah, when they broke up, he wrote me something like, we could still be friends, right? Even though, and I didn't respond right away because I thought that I should sort of say something first. I didn't respond to him right away. And because I didn't respond within like 2 hours, he immediately blocked me. It was very weird, like defriended me off of all social media and blocked me.
Oh, on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And like, yeah, it just was like, okay. And then when I told the story, other people said, oh, he did that to me too. So it was like, okay, that's how he was weaning through the crowd. Like, who's going to write back and say, yeah, I'm with you? Like,
yeah, so I think these things are case by case, but this friend though is a friend who, when I picked a side in a fight that she had, like, she had a fight with a friend and we were out of town, and I got in the car to go home with the other person, and she took a bus back to New York. The fact that I got in the car and didn't take the bus with her, like, so she's like that. That I chose a side. I wasn't even part of the fight. I just got in the car. But when we got back to New York, like I had faux pas big time, and I heard it, and I was,
yeah.
I was like, it was, how dare you? So, because like these things are, I think I'm in trouble either way. If I call her up and say, hey, I don't know. I'll be damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Grudges. Speaking of looking back, let me show you something here.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
Like, it is really bright in here.
It is, right? Hold on.
Are you sharing a screen?
Oh, yeah. I'm very bad at this. God damn it. Hang on. As we're talking, I'm going to get this thing going here. Hang on. Oh, it won't let me minimize.
Oh, that was the thing I was laughing about last night. I said,
yeah, go ahead.
I said, well, happy Pride. We heard about our first lesbian divorce.
Damn, you know what? It won't let me share it because I didn't put it on something else first. Damn it. This is not gonna. Oh, well. So much for that.
Well, what happened? It won't let you share the screen?
No, I didn't have it in the right place. It's like,
Oh.
and then I'm trying to minimize something here. Damn, well,
What was it?
it was a picture that said, let me think of the exact wording. We are against war. This is what the picture says. We are against war and tourist menus.
Oh.
What quote does that ring true with? We are against war and tourist menus. What could that be about?
And we had to, that was like, that's where we're eating, that's where we're going. Oh my God. Oh, that was so great. You have a photo because you took a picture of the sign or whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that refers back to, I'm glad you didn't have to think too hard about that.
So good.
Our trip to Rome, which was 3 years ago this week. In fact, I think this is around the time we came back.
Yeah. Yeah.
One afternoon we went to, which I love that area. I can never pronounce it. It was like Trastevere or something like that. It was like over a bridge.
Right. Yes, that little neighborhood we found.
Very like artsy and very cool place. In fact, that's where we found one of the what do you call that? The things you were looking for. I can't think of
Space Invader.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
One of
Found my
them.
Space Invader there. So I actually was thinking about our trip a lot the last few days because when I went out with my friend Thursday night, we went to a Spanish restaurant and I had pulpo. It was amazing. And I was telling her, I was like, oh, 3 years ago, I was with my friend in Spain and then we went to Rome. The next day, I don't mean to brag or anything, but I did a photo shoot up in the World Trade Center with an artist who was doing a residency there. It was, I've been up into these buildings that there's some artist space.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been up there a few times now, so I've gotten over my going down to that area and being kind of freaked out by it. But after it was raining, it was crazy. I was up in the tower and saw lightning like from the tip of Manhattan. It was like you couldn't see anything else, and the storm came through, and we just stood there and watched this storm come through. It was crazy.
Wow.
So then we went, we were gonna just get like a bite, but we went to Italy. We decided to treat ourselves because we were feeling like, oh, let's do like a normal thing. And Italy has a location in the World Trade Center.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
We decided to go there for lunch and I had cacio de pepe.
You were all about.
I was like reliving our trip. And that was, what was the thing about that dish that it's like a poor man's dish?
Yeah, but it's from Rome. It's actually from Rome.
It is the most just, I've tried to kind of make it at home. I think I've gotten down how to put it together. It's really just a cheap, I mean,
Yeah.
if you use good, fresh Parmesan, it's just delicious.
I'll never forget. Pretty much every time I eat anything that kind of resembles anything we ate on that trip, I always quote you. And I think I'm to the point where I'm annoying now. Like Erica always said, it's impossible to have bad food here. There's like nothing bad.
There was nothing, I didn't eat one thing that I didn't like.
Even like the shittiest hole in the wall, you're like, this is like, why is this so good?
Well, because we were strategic, and this is a very important tip to anybody who's going to take a trip to Rome. Do not eat at a place that has a tourist menu because they're catering to you. Go and find a place that is just, that's not, that doesn't have hamburgers on the menu. Don't go to those places. Do a little bit, do a little extra walking or whatever.
And that restaurant
was against war and tourist menus, and it just was like, yes.
That place was great because we didn't really eat there. It was like in between meals and we went there and drank like a bottle of Prosecco or something
And
like
like munched on like cheese and
that. Yeah.
olives.
And I remember the lady gave us like a bag of spaghetti as like a,
She gave us pasta too. Didn't she give us a thing of pasta?
as like a
And-
souvenir.
And a thing of bread.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, it was so great.
But
Let's
I
go.
always quote you on that one. It's impossible to eat anything bad here. Because we were like to the point where we were annoying because I remember one night you called Ronnie just to tell him what you ate. Like you didn't even like not even to say hello. You're like, hello, let me tell you what we just ate for dinner. And his response was pretty classic. I have to say it was great. He just cut you off. He's like, I don't care. You're a vegetarian. Goodbye.
That sounds right.
That's why
I was like, that's great. I'm like, does he want to hear about my ham?
yeah, I try to be adventurous, but I am a vegetarian and I'm allergic to seafood or well, shellfish. Cause I had some delicious oysters last night, by the way. But yeah, I don't that's why I love the cacio de pepe. Like, come on, it's delicious. But yeah,
I think that was the same night that who does this? It's like, okay, you do all the tourist things during the day, you eat, you stuff yourself silly, and you're like, do you want to watch a documentary on Andre the Giant? I'm like, all right.
it was amazing. Nicole, that was the same night because we
Classic.
left that little neighborhood and it was like, what are we gonna do? Go out dancing at a club
Wow,
or
I think we
something?
went to some bakery and bought another bottle of wine and we're like, let's watch Andre the Giant.
But do you remember sitting outside the little ice cream, well, the gelato place and eating the gelato and just like, it was like this orgasmic experience, just sitting and eating this lemon gelato. It was so good. And yeah,
Here we
there's
are. 3 years
the
later.
food is so fresh and yeah, so I did relive.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a nice.
I've had some really nice meals and it's reminded me of that trip. And I was saying to both of my friends I saw Thursday night and Friday, I said, this is so special. Sitting down with somebody, having a great conversation, having amazing food and appreciating it. And I don't want to go back to doing it so much that I don't appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because we really go, New Yorkers eat out a lot.
Yeah.
I just want to appreciate it more. I don't want to do it so much that I take it for granted. So
Well,
that's my goal.
with that, let's hope that there are more trips like that in the future. Eventually we'll get around to it. Maybe when we're 50.
But it's like, we can't go back to Rome. We have to go to other places. But man, I go back there right now and just eat with you for 5 days. And we did do tourist stuff. We didn't just eat, but we balanced it out really well. We did so good on that trip.
It was fun. All right, well, here's to war and tourist menus and saying no to both of those.
Yes.
All right, well, we'll catch up next week. All right, bye.